Heidi ho. So, message for today. Yesterday we had discussed our mazel, so it's our inheritance during these lives when we come into this plane of existence. And that connects to who we are truly on a spiritual level. So, the content of character or the soul of the man within the vessel. Job 10:11, you covered me with the skin and the flesh and knit me together with the bone and the sinew. We are not these flesh suits. But anyway, our mazel is stolen from us at birth. The easiest way to steal somebody's mazel, their fortune, their good fortune, because you can switch mazel and receive somebody's bad fortune as well. So, their bad inheritance during this life. The easiest way to do it is to get my brother to go after bread in circuses. So, give me some of that red soup, and I'll give you my birthright. So we go after the bread in circuses, the things that attract our eyes and our nose and our mouth and our ears. And we give up our birthright. So the most valuable thing that we can attain while we're here is Chokmah, Bina, and Dat. Chokmah being knowledge or wisdom, Bina being discernment or intuition, and Da'at being knowledge. So knowledge, wisdom, and discernment. Those are the most valuable things we can receive while we're here, because that is the only thing that we take with us when we leave. That is us. So like I've said before, consciousness exists in the ether, the spiritual plane of existence. And we are connected to that. That is the ebb and flow of life. So the energy that we send out as a collective energy is the energy that is going in. And it's like a vibrating mirror. It resonates back to us. So there are those who believe that they're above the resonance, the inflowing and the outflowing, and will do things to convince others to do things to harm other men and women and children. And they believe that as long as their hand is not directly tied to it, and like I keep alluding to, Hasatan was the most cursed among all the beasts of the field, because he convinced Chava, Eve, to do something wicked that she wasn't supposed to do. So he was the most cursed among all the beasts. Well, it's the same thing with those individuals, but then there are such things as energy vampires. Like I've said before, the haves and have-nots, we have it backwards. We're looking at it with the eyes of the beast, not with the eyes of the soul. So, those who have are those of us that have a neshama, a ruach. And then there are NPCs, non-player characters, who only have a beastly soul. They were put here to test us, to test our hearts. And we were told that we'll be tested. So the sins of the father will be visited upon the children up to the third and fourth generation. It doesn't mean we're guilty of the sin. It means that it's going to be visited upon us. So sin crouches at the door, but we don't have to let it in. It's the doorway to our mind and our heart. What we believe we're allowed to do to others, because somebody else told us we're allowed to do it to others. That's the wickedness of our own heart. Ultimately, if Hashem wants to destroy a city, Sodom and Gomorrah, then Hashem will destroy the city. Or the earth, the flood, is evidence of that. And just because Aryamava said that there wouldn't be another flood on all the land doesn't mean portions of the land won't flood, or there won't be great fires and things won't burn in the flames. So that's the message for today. The most valuable thing you have is yourself, and that's your knowledge. Reading Zohar and holy books and Torah, not just that, but trying to gain knowledge, wisdom, and discernment. Looking at how you could be trespassing against others, but also recognizing that others have no right to trespass against you. That's truly having faith in Ari Mahaba. That's not fearing other men. So you're brought up with the belief that you're supposed to fear other men, and you're supposed to bow down to other men. Other men are an authority over you. The only author of your life is Ari Mahaba. What some call God, others call Allah, some call the All. Whatever name you want to ascribe to Ari Mahaba as your author, and the only author, and ultimately owns everything. Kili kal ha'aretz, all the earth is mine. Hasatan wants you to claim ownership of what doesn't belong to you. You can be a caretaker and a steward of what belongs to Ari Mahaba, but you're not the owner. God bless. Much love.